Oh, welcome back to Family Farm. As you can see, I'm down in the vehicle shed. The temperature is now okay just to put the field beans in, which we're going to do. The grasses are also ready to put in, but we're not going to do it just yet. Let's get that one there. Make sure it's connected in right. Yep, that's okay. Make sure I got the right wheels on. You may wonder why I was wondering about that, and I haven't switched my headphones on again, so we'll just do that. Alright, there's been one change, which we just drive round and have a look. Now, I've been thinking there's no way I'm going to be able to get cattle here in the next year or three, if not even longer. So, we sold the cattle shed off, had another farmer come take that away, and we part exchanged, and we got quite a bit of cash for his unused small horse paddock, which is what we got here. Now I just called the plumber in, and he's coming in to plumb it into the water system, and we're going to actually look after a couple of free horses, not many for a start off, and it should fill in those odd gaps where we've got nothing else much to do, I hope, and make us a small amount of cash, regular cash. Once the oats, because we have the oats, the only thing we're not going to have to buy anything for it. We're going to have hay from our own meadow, straw from our crops, and oats, which we'll also be growing. Now, not only is that lot ready, but also we need. The grass is ready to harvest. I think I said that mow that up, but it's going to rain later today, so rather than do that, I decided we'd do this instead. We'd put in some field beans, and soy we're counting, as is the British map, that's field beans. I'm not going to go in there and try and alter things around. I mess enough up as it is. Right, we will do is do that. 3 meters, yes, that should be about right. Look at that, well, look, we got a spot on. Switch that on. Yep, lower it down. And we should be locked into it, so let's go. I'm just going to put headlands in top and bottom first, just for safety. Then we'll do the ones down the side. And at the moment we have got Alfie rushing about in there if you hear any extraneous noises. That will be our Alfie. He's enjoying himself. He's enjoying himself because one of the big cats keeps playing with him. Our 3-year-old ginger and white has actually finally taken to the kids, so at least take to Alfie. It took a bit of doing, but they spend quite a bit of time when Russ isn't out playing. Russ goes out quite often. Kids haven't yet learned how to use cat flaps, and we go trying to teach them. They seem to be unteachable. Yes, my thoughts is go back to something like this, the game. My thoughts is if I get a regular amount of income, won't be much. I don't think you get that much under seasons, because remember under seasons they actually change how animals work completely. All animals, unless you don't buy the horses, you have to pay to take them on, but a small amount. But then you get paid every day, providing you look after them properly. If you don't look after them, you don't get money. Simple as that. But it is regular income. Now, one of the things we haven't got in anything here is any regular income. I did think about putting some greenhouses in, but I'm doing enough with greenhouses on Blickling. Put a couple of headlands in here, then we'll start the up and down properly. As you see, this is the last field to put anything into. I'm not going to worry about that, just the edge here. I say that though, what's the better towards the end I changed my mind and decided I better do something about it. You all know that I used to be indecisive, now I'm just not certain. It sends my wife nuts at times, the fact that I won't make decisions. Except for some things. Like I make a decision of what order I'm washing up. As I'm mastering my own house. Or to be more honest, I'm mastering our house. In my mind. Oh, don't want to do that. I want to go up and down now, don't you? You Burke, now I don't want to run onto that field because I don't want to crush the crops there. That would not be a good idea. Don't know how much of this I get done on screen. What I don't get done on screen, I'll try and finish it off screen. At least it's one of the smaller fields to do on screen. Also, everything I think needs to be fertilised. And we also need to spray field. We'll do field 4. I think it is. With herbicide. I thought I'd just spot those where the weeds were coming in, but I think 4 needs to be done completely. I think 8's got some in, but I think we can get away with just doing a little bits to that. I think what we do is we try and speed this up by just getting as close as we can and do wherever we end up. Whichever one we end up on and fill them in later. Whoa. We need to back up a little bit. Oh. Let's get somewhere near straight. And I'm just checking I have put it down each time. The number of times, as you well know, that I'm busy seeding away and realise I hadn't dropped the seed. Well, that's where I used to like the Pro Seed mod. It used to beep at you when it was out of the ground when you had it switched on. No, nothing. Well, even then I used to forget. Now, poor old soul, you know, he's seen better days. And rather too many of them, I feel, at times. Along my mind, I'm still 20. I don't want to be a teenager again. And I certainly don't want to be younger, and certainly don't want to be school age again. That's, I think, also makes me feel school days were not the happiest days of my life. I'm happy to get away from them. Oh dear, this is a bit tough going up here. We can keep making it anyway. I swear I missed the gearbox mod, to be honest. I just dropped it down a poo, and there's a chance I'd have found a gear where it worked, and even if it was first. Mind you, if most things on why Mowgli's no longer doing it is that most things are now are variable gear, variable speed gear, and not really workable. There's one on GitHub, one gearbox mod, which I think Mowgli actually recommends, but I haven't really looked at it. There's the limit to how many mods I'll put in here. And to that end, I have changed around a couple of things. I've taken out a few things and added a few. I forget what exactly I have done now. Oh, I had multiple geos for seasons. Not all live at the time. Only one of them live at the time. But I've just taken out all the ones I'm definitely not going to use. I'm now using the Hereford one, which should give me wet, fairly warm weather. Hopefully some snow, just so you can see I haven't snow masked anything on here. Because the roads are dirt topped, I decided they would not be salting them and playing up hell with them. So I have decided to. Oh, good grief! How are we going to get up here? We've got everything on. Oh, yeah, everything's there. Four-wheel drives in. I think we're just about the limit on this field. Now these fields don't look like they're sloped a lot, but I think adding seasons in, and the fact that it has a form of more realistic built into the engine now, it does make it more interesting, shall we say. The early summer now. I think I will be bringing the sheep in since I've done the work here. I want to bring them in good time to hope that they all the ewes can be tupped. Tupped is the technical term for mated. I have all these odd little bits of information. Most of them don't do me any good whatsoever. It's a bit like algebra I learned at school, and I think I've only ever used it once since. And that's to work at gearing when I was racing motorcycles, but not something I ever had need for. But then again, the only lessons I really enjoyed at school was geography and history. I still get lost with geography, didn't do me any good, and I've lived through a hell of a lot of history now, so I bet you could say I'm an expert on it. Oh, I'm not going to bother to reset that somewhere. If we go down half on, half off. So it goes downhill a lot easier. It goes up. If I was to go across the field all the way, but then again, there's a hell of a lot turning over or turning around now. Better not get too close to that field. Or the one behind me. So we can go around the outside of this tree and then up on this one here. There we are. Oh God. I'm over. Well, no, under halfway, just under halfway now, would have thought. These trees in here do not help. If I was to really make this farm efficient, I'd probably combine all these fields down here into one massive field. Certainly combine these two, 9 and 10 together, but I'm not out to make it. Oh, I keep leaping out. I'm not here to try and make this thing super efficient. I'm just here to survive. And I think Roy himself is in contact with me the other day. And he himself says that with seasons, this map is particularly hard because seasons made it even harder to make money. Just what I want. Actually, I am more than happy having a real problem trying to make money, and I just noticed I missed a bit there. I better watch it come up to the... Oh, that's it. Let's just come back and try and get that bit there. hopefully we've got it now. No, as I said on this bit, I've been talking about that recently, not just my eminent, my, ain't eminent, that's not the word I'm looking for. No, I lost the word, but my forthcoming retirement is the fact that we are running out of really good mod forum sites. Both PCSG and FSUK closing recently. Modern Central closed a while ago. In fact, the only two I can think left now, which I'd recommend without any hesitation, is ModHub. Giants on ModHub, not that ModHub US one. Certainly not that. And American Eagle Modding, where another friend of mine, or acquaintance friend, friend, and I'm not going to try and pronounce his online name, but he's actually releasing mods for 17 over on there. He's the man who made the rock mod, which I used on Old Ridge, which is just right, I find, for when you're first turning a field, or first time you start a field. If you've got a meadow, you just turn it into a field. Perfect to a little bit of stone in there. I think I'm going to try and finish this one off here. But it's also for Blickling, and you should see it, I think, in the next Blickling that comes out. He's made a more dynamic sky. You know, we're used to it now on 19, but not used to it on 17. It's random. Well, it's semi-random. It's random, but it also works in, he says, and I haven't really had it online enough yet to test, but it says it works in with seasons. But I have put it in and it looks good. And I will be talking about that more on the next Blickling episode. But I will get his name and I shall link it on the Blickling one before I remember. If I don't, shout at me. But you have to watch the Blickling one to find out whether I've mentioned it or not. I'm just trying to get a little bit of mist there. I'm not going to try and turn that tight. I know my limits. The limits used to be an awful slimming biscuit, I recall. Not that I ever had them, until last 3 or 4 years I never needed slimming stuff. More likely needed something to put weight on with. I think from age about 17 to about age 55 I went about 10.5 stone, wringing wet. And I'm over 6 foot tall. It's probably, if anything, slightly underweight. No, I am well and truly overweight now. Don't go and hit that tree. No, because if I want to make things easy, I do something I know a lot of people like to see me do. Let's cut these trees down, but I'm having enough fun, and I hope you notice the sarcasm there, on the Lumberjack series. Well, I think I've got most of the other series coming, except of course Motorsport Manager, where the Ice 18 mod failed me for some reason. I had to think again. And at the moment I'm running for a... Oh, come on, you keep going, go on. Oh, look at that, look at the wheels. Spinning, gripping. I think we're there. I hope so. Yeah, it's getting harder and harder to get to climb there. Oh, I don't know what the horsepower requirement for this drill is, but that will, or this, yeah, this drill is, that will be quite high because it's a all-in-one. It's a direct drill. Certainly, if I was to go 6 meter direct drill, this track would not be man enough. Hardly man enough for this one. I'd need the 8000 series, I think. But you can see here that there was almost flat here, and then from, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, about here it really goes steep. Not too bad this end, but it looks like, and at the end I think it has another little lift up, but not as bad this end. No, we actually got up there on that. I think I better just reverse that away from the hedge. There we're almost done. Look at this. Probably not the most efficient way to do it, but that's quicker than going back and forth to line yourself up. Just to miss a big lumps of it and come back onto it later. And nail single rows we've got to do now. I think it's 1 double 2 up from where I am, which we will be able to do that next. Whoa. Yeah, this is a double. I'm not certain about that one. The next one along, it looks like that might be a double 2. We better go at that as well next. This is, I think, where it is really steep. We are just coming into the steep bit now. Oh, also I have put on, Realismus has been doing some other mods, and I put on their higher fuel usage mod. Yes, I know, I'm mad, aren't I? Making it even harder for myself. And looking at the fuel gauge on here, and also looking at the maintenance. I need to maintain this. I will say it's one thing I was slightly disappointed this season. I love the work they've done on the maintenance on season 17, where if you didn't maintain it, that the tractor keep cutting out off on you. I don't think it does that now. I think, if I remember right, they are using the standard Giants system for it, and I don't think that's as good. But that's just my personal opinion. I like things difficult, and I like the idea that if you didn't maintain it, it takes forever to do anything because the tractors all combine will keep cutting out. I have had that happen. I just clean forgot to maintain the damn thing. Ah, look at that. We only got 5 and this one left. And it's going to be just about right, because it looks like it'll be just at the end of the session. Now the horses will come in once we've got the water on. I will have to buy some oats just to get them going. Yeah, you got to buy your oats just to keep them alive until the harvest coming. I shouldn't want too much. If we only take on 2, possibly 3, and I think each one is slight, has a difference to it as well. How easy it is to look after. Presumably, and I don't know, the harder ones to look after you get a bit more money for, but don't think I want anything too difficult. Not at my time of life. Oh look, is this end done? Or just about done now? Oh, it's awesome because I've got 2 fertilisers. With fertilisers in the next episode, I won't be cutting the grass until we head to Rhine, which I think is later today, this afternoon. And once we head to Rhine, I will then seriously think about cutting the grass, tedding it, and leaving it. Because you know now, far better system, and honestly, a slightly better system I think they got with cattle and crops as well, with 2 drawn out my liking. You know, have to wait for the grass to dry, and it won't dry, and it'll dry quicker under full sun, and it should dry quicker under a bit of a breeze. Not a high wind, because it just blow the stuff about. But a bit of a breeze, 5-10 miles an hour, fine. Here we go. Look. Shan't be sorry to see the end of this seed in this field. Are we there yet? So many youngsters say when they're in a car. Normally about 5 minutes after they left the drive, front drive. Yeah, I used to upset our grandson by if we were going out somewhere to keep asking, "Are we there yet?" I will admit to hating driving. I love motorcycling, but I hate driving, so I don't drive if I can help it. My good lady wife does the driving. She's a better driver than I am anyway. I know we're doing on time, 27 minutes. Right, so we will get this done, and that will be a wrap, as they say. I think they say that. If they don't, I do. It's a wrap. Oh, we have a little bit to fill in where we missed. I won't bother that far end, but that one's okay. But there's a bit at the top end here, you can see it. About centre screen now. It needs doing. We're going down now. I think I might pay us to catch that now. I think we got all that. I'll come back up just to make certain we get that. I don't really want to miss that after coming down. As we are compressing the soil more, of course. I better take this back and refill it. Look at the fill gauge. Surprised it hasn't told me one filling yet. Don't think it does, I'll think about it. It's course play that tells you that the tractor needs filling. Alright, last bit down there, we'll take this back, fill it up with juice. And what I'm going to do, I think we've just got this on here. Now for some reason, best known to myself, I pressed the wrong button. Now don't ask me why, please. Except I'm an idiot for that too. I actually meant to come out of screen, cab circuit. Once the green lines have disappeared. Just do that. Back of the cab. And get ready to hold. Well, that should do it. I think. Yeah, let's do it. Ooh, we're a bit close to the edge of the tree there. Turn that off. Edge of the tree, edge of the field, even. And that one's done. So let's take this back, fill up with juice. Refill the seeder at our sack we've got there, just so it's full. Oh, and I also need to wash this, but I think we'll fill up with juice first, because if not, I will just forget. You know what happens then? Or you just turn off the GPS. It's got it. Alright, I will say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. And not really worthwhile. Unless you want to know when I'm going to be, if I come back. I keep saying to you, if I come back or do a one-off video, if you do subscribe, you will be notified. Provided you ding the bell. I think it's the right term. See if we can just clean the seeder up. Any comments, questions, queries, suggestions, feel free to post them in the comment section. I read everyone. I try and reply to everyone. And for those who don't know what, get in touch with me direct, who don't like use open forums, I can't say blame you. Some funny people about. I'm one of them. My second email address, which is what I always put online rather than the main one, is merman@gmail.com. Feel free to use it. Be warned, I only check my emails once or twice a day. I do not have email up all the time. I am not a member of any social system, and I don't much enjoy them. So I tend to be keeping away from them. That will do there. And with that, it's Merman saying, do I look better? Cheerio for now. Cheerio.